Today, I've realized I hate my almost 3-year-old niece, and I don't feel bad about it. I have a family of 4, my fiancé, 26M, my son, 5M, and my youngest, 6 months F. My fiancé's sister, who I'll refer to as Sil, has 3 kids and is a single mom, 8F, 4M, and 2F, but she turns 3 in a few weeks. She split from her abusive ex about a year and a half ago and has been better off by herself ever since. Her son used to have awful behavior. He was physically and verbally mean to everyone when he had tantrums, which happened about twice a month. But since his dad has been gone, he's now this shy little blossom of a child who tells the best jokes and is so kind. The oldest is very smart, helpful, and honestly just your average preteen girl. The youngest, on the other hand, makes me want to rip my hair out. She is a tyrant. She's physically violent, now verbally aggressive, even though she can barely talk, and has the worst temper and even worse tantrums. I'm going to call her Claire from now on, definitely not her real name or anything close to it. Claire ruins everything to the point where I chose not to have a birthday party for my son just so she wouldn't have to attend. Instead, we took our nephew and grandma to a kids' science museum for a day out and did a separate outing with my side of the family. I've taken them to the local water park, and Claire screamed and threw herself around over pizza. It's not even just the tantrums, it's the way my fiancé's family responds to them. Sil ignores it, like you're supposed to, but grandma and great-grandma immediately cave and, in baby voices, go, "Oh, come here, I'll hold you, I'll carry you, etc., etc." It's the worst and enables it to the point that I don't want to be near her and dread going to anything where she'll be present. Today was the breaking point. Grandma and great-grandma were watching Sil's kids because it's the one Saturday a month she works, and they're only open from 10 to 2 at her job. Well, we, minus my fiancé, because he works 12 to 11, came over at 12 since it was a nice day, and it gives the kids a chance to play and help split the responsibility of watching them. They're a handful since they all have very different personalities and are all true country kids. Things were going well overall because Claire slept most of the time. The rest of the time, she chose to watch CoComelon on Grandma's phone, again, something the grandparents put on against everyone's wishes, until Sil came to pick them up. This typically happens because the kids know if they throw a fit around Grandma about Sil, Grandma gives in. Claire then became a menace. She refused to listen, began yelling, screaming, throwing things, saying "I hate you" to Grandma and Sil, and was clearly building up to a full tantrum. She then went to the bathroom to hide from picking up toys before leaving. All the other kids finished cleaning up, and I told my son to go inside and break down the kids' table. It's really easy, and he loves doing it. As I stepped inside to help him, holding my baby, Claire suddenly sprinted out of the bathroom full force and slammed into the front door, which is only about 2 to 3 feet away. The door hit my baby in the face and smashed my toes so badly that 2 of them started bleeding from the nails and will definitely fall off. Okay, it was an accident. I understand that. But then I raised my voice, not yelling, but more of a firm mom voice, and said, "Claire, outside," while ushering her out the door as I tried to calm my screaming baby, who now had a mark between her brows and on her nose from the corner of the door. Tell me why I then heard Claire screaming and crying outside louder than my 6-month-old baby who had just been hit in the face. Mind you, no one was reprimanding her. I wanted to lose it so badly, but since my fiancé wasn't there and I'm thankfully medicated, I just chuckled and said to Sil, "So my daughter got smacked by a door and yours is the one screaming more?" She chuckled, shook her head, and tried to get her up, telling her to stop crying and get in the car since it was time to go. Then Grandma, of course, came up behind her and said, "Here, Claire, come here. I'll carry you to the car," and proceeded to baby her, saying things like, "Oh, it's okay. You're all right," and so on. No one even checked on my daughter to make sure she was okay. Luckily, my foot took most of the damage, but come on. Why are we continuing to baby the little girl who has been nothing but awful to everyone, even her own siblings? She destroys their stuff if she can't have it too, and ruins everything she goes to. We take our other niece and nephew places and do things with them individually, like the zoo, water park, parks, etc., but I will never do that with the youngest until she learns to behave and understand that she is not the center of the world. Also, note, I've worked in childcare since I was 16. My first job was at a local gym daycare. My mother worked with mentally and physically disabled children most of my life. We taught swim lessons. I have many cousins and family friends with young kids. I've been around toddlers and children for most of my life. I have never been around a toddler like this. My fiancé agreed to have a conversation with his mother the next time he sees her, but honestly, I don't want to be around Claire ever again. She truly ruins everything, and it's exhausting to watch and be around. It's gotten to the point where I don't even hide my disgust or eye rolls when Grandma and great-grandma baby her. Also, Grandma and Great-Grandma have always shown a small amount of favoritism towards Sil's kids. Honestly, it doesn't bother me because she was a young mom, and so was I. They helped raise her kids, just like my mom helped raise my oldest, so my mom favors my son a bit over the other grandkids on my side. I understand that the favoritism is really just a closer bond. But the babying has never been this bad with Sil's other kids compared to Claire. So yeah, I hate her. She doesn't listen to anyone, is overall mean, spoiled, and favored by Grandma and Great-Grandma, which has given her the mindset that tantrums get her attention and whatever she wants. Maybe my feelings will change, but honestly, they've only grown stronger over the past 2 years as her behavior has gotten worse and worse. We hoped it would improve once her dad was out of the picture, but it hasn't. So until something changes, I'll just ignore her. Final update: before I start, let me make something clear: I hate her father. He is the worst kind of person, and I'm glad they won't have to see him for at least 13 years. I hope they never have to see him again. I do blame him for her behavior, along with the other adults in Claire's life. I can both understand why she is the way she is and still hate the behavior and what it causes. I have spoken to the grandparents and Sil multiple times, even before Claire was born, about how to handle tantrums properly. I've given them options, help, and resources, and they refuse to use any of it. Like I said before, I can lead them to water, but I can't make them drink. I do not take my frustrations out on her. I am not a monster. I simply don't feed into her tantrums. When I watch her, which isn't often, she hates it because I enforce boundaries. Sil knows this and doesn't mind when I take her to her room to calm down. I don't lock her in or shut the door, I just don't allow her to ruin the other kids' playtime. Sil and I have clear boundaries when it comes to parenting each other's children, and we've respected them for 3 years. Now here are some of the things Claire has done. 1. She has sent her siblings and mom to the ER for stitches from hitting, biting, and throwing things. 2. She headbutted her great-grandma and bruised half her face. 3. She broke a sliding glass shower door during a tantrum. 4. She pulled my child out of an electric car ride by the hair. 5. She throws things at her grandma in anger. 6. She destroys items, tablets, toys, makeup, and more. 7. She ruins outings, they can't even go out to eat anymore. 8. She punched me while I was pregnant, causing complications. 9. She destroys her own things to take from her siblings. 10. She broke an arcade game and bounce house. 11. She ruined a baby shower and caused a breakdown afterward. 12. She tries to claw babies out of Mill's arms. 13. She ruined 2 funerals. 14. She ruined a water park outing over not wanting to sit. 15. She's been kicked out of multiple daycares. 16. She hurts and scares my son. 17. She damages her mom's car. 18. She throws objects at Sil while she's driving. I don't care that you all think it's ridiculous to hate her. I've had enough. I cannot just sit by and watch anymore as she just gets worse and worse. She's getting more and more violent. Her caregivers are failing her and I'm tired of being around it. I know she needs help and boundaries. They're refusing to give it to her. Also, I am not typically an angry person. The PP rage was a feeling I wouldn't wish on anyone. I didn't feel like myself and hated myself for it. The holidays were a struggle. I am medicated for the rage and do go to therapy. I wrote on the page to vent my feelings of anger. The people that are upset about my feelings are the same people that would shame my Sil for seeing Claire's behavior firsthand, especially if it was your child she seriously injured or sent to the doctor.